Okay. Hey y'all, how you doing? I'm very excited to be here and I'm trying, I'm doing this in some live public event and I'm trying to share it. So, give me a second here. Facebook needs to add a button where you can share it with other groups. Okay. So, who's here with me? Yay. Rima, girl, can you share for me? Are you able? Are you driving or are you home? Let me know if you're here. Look at this hair. So I got my hair chopped last week and I haven't really been doing it because it's a little short and I'm not used to it. Okay, so happy Wednesday, Sparkle Wisdom. I wanted to share this in some events, in some groups if possible. It's just not letting me do that. So I'm going to tag a couple people. See who comes in. Okay. So I just tagged a bunch of people. This is a public event. So go ahead. I'm sorry if you're watching the replay. I'll be doing this a lot because you can see. Do you see how this is just like this? It keeps getting in my eyes, but that's okay. Maybe we'll count how many times it happens. No, I'm just kidding. Happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Just today, the cicada came forward in a really beautiful way. The message is beautiful. If you haven't had a chance to read it, make sure you check it out. And due to that, I have been having a lot come forward. So bear with me because it has just been like channel after channel after channel these last few days, this last week, these last couple weeks. Show me some hearts, or if it's been happening to you too, just like all of a sudden, brrr, you know what I mean? And that's what's so interesting is we're in the buzz. We're in the buzz. This is building off of yesterday. Everything has purpose. So, I will share this to the Ascension Warrior group. And last night we went live with Taryn and we did some channeling. And it's like I have been feeling the buzz ever since, okay? So we've got, first of all, the animals coming forward with a channeled message for the collective. We're going to pull up a card for the collective from the cicada, and then we've got 4 different trees, okay? So that's what's up. Let's go. I'm just rolling with the punches and doing what I'm being guided to do, which is interesting because just what I just said, rewind, watch again, and I'm going to need to do that too because that's the thing. Collectively, we're being called to just do what we're being shown to do, right? So here we go. The animals came forward. Stay out of your emotions. Stay out of your mind. As transformations occur, it's important to stay centered. You are the creator. At this time, you're able to manifest your innermost desires. The key is to know what are those desires and the vibration. Specifically, vibration is coming through today of those desires and the vibration of those desires can be tricky because perception is everything. And then I heard out of the water, out of the air, so out of the emotions, out of the mind, and out of the earth, the cicada. Bum, bum, bum. Let's go. All right. For everybody, flip the script, manifest. The teens in your the teens, your teens, buzz hearing, okay? These are all channeled messages that came through. And then the biggest thing was to keep it simple. Mission, magic, spirit. Let those three words guide you. Mission, magic, spirit. And let these three words also guide you. Emerge, climb, shed. So it's all about the inspiration and the actions that are taken from those inspirations. And what I'm getting and what I'm feeling and what I'm doing is just to follow your intuition, okay? And right before I went live, this has been going on all day. I was literally writing before we went live. Angel number 654 came forward for all of us. Message to follow the intuitive messages. This is from Sacred Scribes. I always go there for my angel numbers. Message to follow intuitive messages you have been getting about your lifestyle. These changes will bring blessings. Yes, they will. So be patient. It's the perfect time to be brave and put your plans into action. You don't need to know how, more like the effort and the thoughts that you hold will make all the difference. That's that vibration, that perception. And then changes, challenges, excitement. Let's find out more. This is just the beginning. So, have you grabbed a container of popcorn yet? I mean, it's just like feeling so dramatic today. So, I'm super excited that you're here, Rayma. I love this because I just cut to this and I did hear it. And I want to say thank you, Archangel Sandalphon. Thank you, Archangel Sandalphon, who is working very closely with the collective and also with myself, letting us know that music is leading us. And what is the ultimate vibration but music, notes? And what moves all energy is the vibration and the frequency. But how do we attract what we bring in? Well, that is actually through the vibration and the frequency, right? So it's all about finding our fire. It's about finding that passion. What are we going to put into action? This is collective messages. This is the earth magic coming forward. So as a collective, it's so beautiful because the trees came forward. So why not have the earth magic with the message to ground? And also look at as the cicada comes from deep deep within the roots to climb, to emerge through and climb up the tree and have the brave and the courage to shed its old skin and to develop its wings. I mean, it's truly, I've got full goosebumps. It's truly a miraculous fire that we're building as a collective that's really taking on its own, its own contagion is what I just heard. It's contagious. Wow. It's fueled by air, which is spirit, and also our mind. So this is the interesting thing about the message, as we're getting so many things off the Atlantean timeline these last couple weeks. This is a continuation of our story, right? A continuation of the story, how we got this pit of fire in our belly to begin with. Wow, I'm just feeling so connected right now. So, Rayma, I'm so happy that you're here. I'm hoping that this message is going to be received. I know I'm receiving it. It's feeling really, really deep. Like, I feel like I'm like literally channeling right now. I feel this emotion coming through. And so as the story continues, and I've been getting the Atlantean timeline. How about you guys? Are you getting these vibes? The solar plexus, the combination to our expression, the combination to, what is that fire? And I want to tell you something here. It's the vibration of the fire. Is this fire for you? Is it against you? Is it the violet fire? Is it cleansing? Is it clearing? Corolla, what's up, my love? So I'm feeling that. And here it is. The communication. It's almost constant. And yet There's so much distance in between. So this week we're being highlighted to feel the buzz, to hear the buzz, to hum the sound, get in the buzz. So let's find out. What does the cicada want to show us? Well, I'm good to go here, okay? And I was told to roll the die. So we're going to tell a story. I've got... What the heck? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I hope it doesn't freeze on that. Okay, so we're going to tell a story from the bottom. Oh, I knew it. I knew it was going to be a 6. I just knew it. Okay, so this is all about grace. We're going to tell a story from the bottom. Here we go. We're ready to go. We're going to start with that communication. And it started a couple weeks back is what I'm getting around that full moon. The synchronicity with the actual eagle that came forward a few weeks ago. It's been really magical. We've been receiving tons and tons of downloads. But what's interesting is it's like there's so much space in between. And what I mean is just like connecting the dots is what I've got coming forward, right? So it's like, there's these things, but it's not really clear, right? Very interesting. I'm not doing any inverses. Oh my God, there's that fire. What? Okay. So yeah, I feel like it all started, I'm just going to go at this heart chakra awakening, this touch, this shock to your chakra, this connection, this activation from this communication is we're here to co-create. So it's interesting is it's like the eagle, but it's like a domino effect. And that's what we're showing here with these shades of gray. Okay. It's almost like little tiles there. And what I mean by that is there's these activations. Oh my gosh. I'm just feeling that vibe. There's this ray. You can't really see it, but you can feel it. It's the vibration. Do you see that? There's a vibration there. Wow. There's a vibration there, and and it's like it's hitting you, and you're feeling it. And what that's done is it's caused this activation, right? And it's like this pay it forward. It becomes about what I feel really truly is that word that I keep hearing over and over again, which is service, which is paying it forward. And there's so many ways to do this. A smile, a hello can really change somebody's day. It's all about the connection. But then I also feel like for some of you, you've had a shock to the chakra. You've had an awakening, or you will have an awakening. We're all in different parts of this, but it's all about love and compassion, the higher heart, the higher. And that's why we're going for the climb. We're going for the climb together. Fueling that fire. Spirit is fueling that fire as we build and climb up and go higher. And we're in awe as we lean back and surrender and get the inspiration and allow the sparks to develop and to circle around us. Right? And what comes from those sparks is this manifestation process. And this is what you're meant to grab. Just like fireflies, they're blinks in front of you. And it's like, have you climbed to the tree to see them? Or are you still stuck in the ground, is what the cicadas are saying. It's time to take action and to reach back and to gain the courage to thrust forward, is what I'm seeing. Okay, so that's card number 3. This is beautiful. The ancestors, and boy, are they here. They are definitely here. We're working with them to make these marks. And in fact, we were talking about Archangel Sandalphon, and Archangel Sandalphon came through earlier today. You're doing your sacred work. You're working on the earth plane. You're taking steps really in some ways that we haven't taken before, right? Hey, Melissa, what's up, my friend? Doing a collective message. You can watch from the beginning. Facebook address me today. Sarcasm. Oh, gotcha. But this is affecting generations. This is affecting generations, these actions, this climb. This climb up the wall is not just you, is what I'm hearing. But it's like by you going down deep, you're able to bring others up. Wow. We've been feeling it. Who has not been feeling it? The rebirth, right? The rebirth. Just something emerging into something different this spring, that thrust forward, right? And it's just like, this is a new beginning, and it really feels like a huge new beginning. And it just depends on the fire that you're feeling. Like, how far back did you pull to see the potential, right? When you pull an arrow back is what I'm getting. When you pull the arrow back, it's all about the inner, that was a weird word. It's all about the inertia is what I heard. Okay? It's about the inertia, the potential. It's not so much about the action. It is taking the action, right? And as we're building up, and look at, she's got her hands on this and that and this and that, and it's just like, it's those fireflies. It's noticing them and picking and plucking and going forward. And it's so effortless. It's like the waterfall. And so I've been seeing so many waterfalls. They've been coming into everywhere. Hello, you guys. I'm so happy you're here. Type at me. We're doing a collective message. 6 cards. We rolled the dice. The number 6 came up. And I love it because the emotions, right? So this new moon, this new energy. Look at the waterfall. Okay? Effortless. How can you let go and allow the shift? Wow. Whew, that was really powerful. So keeping yourself grounded. Thank you to the elements. Thank you to the cicada. This is the message strictly from the cicada. Now we're going to get into it. So a little bonus message, and boy, was it synchronistic. I got all the feels. So let's see, what did they tell me? What was my guidance? Yeah, the collective story from the bottom. So we told the story coming up from the bottom. We took the climb up together. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into it. We have 4 trees come forward. And there's going to be multiple messages this week. I did ask. So you might want to use your body as a pendulum. Maybe use, if you feel something, if it really aligns with you. I've noticed if it doesn't resonate, it's not for you, okay? Especially this week. It's all about feeling the buzz. It's more about a feeling, okay? So I really want you to embrace that. You can go to the event. You can come back. You can watch the replay. You can hang out. Thank you for holding this space. But we've got 4 trees. The first one is the oak tree. And we're going to roll the die for the oak tree because collectively we got in our teens. And look at this. It's a 12, okay? So things from 12 years ago, but also flipping the script, 1221. Have you been seeing these numbers? Have you been pulling them? Have you been attracting them? This is your vibration, okay? The 12, the 21. When you think of 12 and 21, it's all about balance, but what's the perspective? When you see the 12, it's like where you are in the flow and how that affects your mission. And when you flip the script, it's about how where you're stepping forward, where you're on your mission affects how you feel at one with all. Do you see how there's a difference? Even though it's the same idea, essentially, right? But not really, because it's a different in vibration and different in perception, okay? So coming up, channel messages for the oak tree. It's interesting because we did get the number 13. You were the only tree that got another number. I think this is really synchronistic. Oh my God, I'm sorry. My hair is going to bug me. With the 1213, following the steps right before we went live. I told you 654 yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you been seeing things in steps? Okay, so this is all synchronicities. Also very interesting are the words coming in OA. So I thought that was really weird because it's oak, but it was also meant for you. Are any words that you can think of? And I thought of 3. So there's the oak, the or, and the oat. And what I was getting was this is co-creation, working together, but things are cloudy is what I heard. Strength came forward, and also nut, like the squirrel, meaning watch what the squirrels are doing right now and ask yourself, is this what I'm doing? Am I feeling squirrely? Am I doing things mindlessly to stay busy? Am I being robotic? Okay, so let's get into it. The angels wanted to come forward for those of you that chose the oak tree, which was a really beautiful picture. I was like, it was all about the blues and the whites. Okay, so beautiful. We're going to shuffle you all into here. Okay, and we got the 2. So we're going to go ahead and just do 2 from the bottom. I'm going to cut. That feels great. And again, we're telling the story from the bottom. So we've got the sheep. Once again, I saw this when I was shuffling this. Act with fortitude and cooperation. What were we just saying? Okay, we were just saying the or, like when you think of an or, like you can't get anywhere with just one. Okay, you need 2 oars to go somewhere. Otherwise, you spin in circles. And how interesting is what I'm seeing here is this circle, like this give and this take, this chain link, this activation that we were talking about. And it's a higher activation, okay? And it's like as you pay it forward, it releases something within you, okay? And this is what a lot of people forget about, the actual connection that we have, okay? We're meant to go down to the second one. And here's this beautiful elephant. What's interesting is elephants are known, open yourself up to true abundance. And it's like you see the ivory, we're seeing the blues and the greens, we're seeing this higher heart here, right? And it's all about your expression. It's about how you make those around you feel. Like I just cannot... I cannot hide it. It's just coming through in so many different ways. Okay, just like the oak tree and with the squirrel, it provides the nuts. Okay, so it's like, and here I'm seeing, just out of nowhere, I'm seeing this spray of water, and it's just like you're being nourished. It's like you're being taken care of. From your team, from your guides. And it's like oak right now. For you, we had, well, what I'm getting is that spring equinox. And it's really interesting because there's a flip that happens with the trees. And it made me think of this because of the, there's another tree, the holly tree, which is seen to be in the time of the winter, okay? And what's really interesting is the oak is seen as this protector of this durability during the summer months. And so there's this hardening, not hardening. There's it's interesting because it's opposite of that. Is I meant that there's a softening from the energy around you, from you feeling hardened, from you feeling this masculine, feeling this work, because we're still at it. We're still at it, okay? We're still turning things around. Now, we've got the crystals coming forward. The crystals wanted to come forward, and what they want to share with you is, what's the vibration that we're shooting for? What's the vibration that we're shooting for with the oak tree? With the oak tree. Oh my gosh. Citrine, cleansing, clearing, solar plexus. Okay, we were getting that. We were talking about the Atlantean timeline. We were talking about, keeping yourself in your throne. And how do you keep yourself in your throne? It's all about how you interact with others. Okay, that's what I was feeling here. It's all about how you turn around and pay things forward, right? And citrine is what we're going for. And I love that we're talking about the abundance here, because citrine is about abundance. And in fact, I want to read, I got it right here. This is one of my attunements that's come forward. Some of you are attuned to this particular. Hold on just a second. Got it right here. Citrine, the element of fire. Okay, so we're picking out that one card that came forward, the fire. When we're the one where we're being pulled back to thrust forward, which is activating that solar plexus. Oh my goodness, I love the synchronicity. And citrine specifically teaches us that abundance is a state of being. It's a reminder that the world is generous and abundant, and it teaches us to increase our standards of what we believe. So what this does is it allows us to break patterns within our nervous system that have limiting beliefs. And you know what else is great for this? Like, no joke, it's right here. It's also great for your food supply, to bless your food supply, soil for your crops, and for the trees and plants. So this is one of the attunements. I'm going to be doing an attunement meditation to amethyst, and it's something that you can forward to any body of water, and citrine is the same. You can forward it to the land. So I love that these animals are coming forward. I love that they walk every step upon the land. I love that the protectors of the heart center are the elephants, okay? So I'm just really feeling this beautiful vibration. It's just so gorgeous. So the vibration is to remind yourself of what you deserve. Actually, I'm going to strike that. It's not about what you deserve. You want to, because that's the thing, actually. It's kind of interesting. I said that with purpose. It's because in some ways you don't remember what you deserve. In some ways you forget that just having the ray of the sun shining on your head is the feeling of abundance. It's all about the vibration, the perception, the perspective. Okay? I love this. Isn't this awesome? Okay, so if you chose the oak tree, and then we have one more card for you. Who's got the buzz with you? Who is your ally? Who's your ally as you're navigating through this very fast-moving energy, okay? And it's just like coming in out of nowhere. And this is that feeling of that vibration and just taking the step. Almost, can you see the climb? It's like, I get this bolt, I get this idea, or something comes, my intuition, I take a step, and then look, it comes in again. And it's all about co-creation. So how can I get the buzz, right? Okay, we're going to do this one. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why am I laughing? I'm laughing because we got number 13. And for you guys, number 13, and what specifically came up was about a loss 13 years ago. I know I didn't finish that, but that is part of that message. Think about where you were 13, and then look at this. The flip the script. the 31. And so that's why I was laughing, is because it's all about flipping the script. That's collectively what came forward, the 13 to the 31, okay? The 12 to the 21. It's all about your perspective and your vibration. So if we look at 13 and 31, 13 is all about how the 1 is trying to show you about balance. And here it's all about how balance gives back to the 1. Okay? And I love how we're in our authentic expression here. This is all about Thanksgiving. The turkey is all about grace and about healing and realizing the abundance. I mean, those of you that live in the States, think about Thanksgiving. This is the vibration. This is your ally. And I'm getting a little bit of cough here. So oftentimes what happens is when we have that solar plexus being highlighted, it affects our throat chakra. So this is your ally. Keep yourself in your authentic expression. And how do you do that? By staying in balance. And how do you stay in balance? To remember that what you do affects all. Okay? And that's that message. Here it is. This is the vibration. This is the domino effect that the eagle is trying to show us. It's like everything we do has a cause and an effect. So be courageous and create your abundance for you. Take your steps. That's for those of you that chose the oak. Thank you for being here. Watch for Amethyst coming up this Saturday. I'm going to do it in the morning so that it works for all schedules. And there will be a charge. It's a $7 charge. And this is an attunement meditation of Amethyst, and you'll be able to pay it forward to others, to other bodies of water, and be able to continue the domino effect that we're talking about today. Okay? All right, so thank you very much. Let's move on to the hickory tree. The angels are still here. The hickory tree, we've got the keepers, the keepers of the light. The hickory tree channeled messages. Okay, so this was the tree that was more like the yellowy one. So I just love the synchronistic of the yellow, okay? But when you're, and so that's that message, that solar plexus, okay? We're all collectively there, but it affects us in different ways. And so it's like, yes, the solar plexus, but it doesn't just affect one thing. It affects us. It affects how you look at yourself. It affects your higher heart. It affects your expression. It affects the alchemy of things, right? It affects how you see yourself, the vision that you have. All of that just from the color yellow. Love it. All right, yellow buds. Okay, so yeah, see the connections. Butterflies and multiples. These are all channeled words. Bitter nut. So what I mean, it was more about the bitter. Okay, so this is the emotion, the vibration that we're trying to flip. And how and why am I seeing this? Because I literally channeled co-host for those of you that chose the hickory, the second tree, the yellowy tree, and hickory dickory dock. The mouse went up the clock. The clock struck 1. The mouse came down. Hickory dickory dock. Yes, the entire poem channeled was talking about a clearing. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's see what we're alchemizing here, because I have a sense that we're digging for gold. All right, we got to roll the die to see the story, the continuation. I knew 6-6. Okay, so 6-6. We're gonna take it for you guys, and I love it because I was getting like a twin vibe. Okay, a twin vibe. And that can mean lots of things. So I'm going to shuffle one more time. The Holy Spirit is leading this. And this is the energy that we're feeling, the vibration, the frequency, the fire. The fire, okay? This is the fire. And it is affecting our tongue, is what I'm hearing. All right, here we go. What were we just talking about? Experiencing grace, Paul the Venetian. Okay, we were just talking about the fire, and I know we're seeing this higher heart here. Okay, this heart awakening, but it's more about, for Paul the Venetian, as you can see in the background, it's about the fire, the violet flame. What are we purifying? What has been purified? I feel like those of you that have done that are wrapping up this connection. And what's interesting is it's all the flip. You're in the flip. Okay, you're in the flip, and it's all about what you decide moving forward. Okay, it's all about what you decide. And here's Master Buddha, okay? And that's what's really interesting is we go from the higher heart, and do you see how we have the temptation to go lower? But Buddha's coming up and saying, when you dig for gold, it's not that you're going lower. It's like you're activating and alchemizing to raise higher. Wow. Twin flame. This is literally a twin flame connection here. I'm almost 100% positive. I'm almost 100% positive about that. Yeah, let's look. We've got Master Buddha. Okay, well, I'm feeling it, okay? I'm feeling it. When you dig for gold, when you have this heart awakening, when you have the purification process, when you have the fire, the alchemy, digging for gold, the higher awareness of that solar plexus, it activates the crown is what it does. And this is what we were getting at here. It affects everything. It affects the reflection that you see. And this is a transformative process, okay? And look at, there's a transformation, and it's like, oh my gosh, wow, what am I seeing? Do you see what I'm saying? And it's all about awakening to that. Awakening to that. Seeing yourself in that point of view. I mean, come on. Are you with me? Are you with me? In the first pile, we talked about the rebirth, the phoenix. This is deep, digging down deep and coming up for the climb and fitting into this whole new structure for yourself. But it's for you. It's meant for you. And you're so protected. You're so protected. I mean, you guys. I mean, are you seeing this? Wow. And that mirror that we were talking about, how that reflection, how that affects you, is how you see yourself at this activation and how you move forward. What I mean by that is, when you have this activation to your heart chakra, it's all about the steps that you take. And so we say the throat is all about expression, but part of your expression is tied to your action, to your masculine action, to the steps that you take. Okay? And what do we get for you? Okay, six came up in your teens, 16. So 16 is feeling really relative. Think of your sweet 16 and look at how the reflection has changed. Look at how the reflection has changed when you purify. And it's just like how you see yourself and how that changes. Are you seeing it? How that evolves. How that evolves into an unfolding of Dharma, of Chi. Okay? I mean, this is just so beautiful. Remember that you are on path. Take one step at a time to happiness. And it's like you are on track. You are on track. It's just things can seem, you know, a little confusing as you're stretching and seeing yourself in a new light. And it's possible that this has been happening very quickly for you. And I wanted to look here again because I was getting Lady Portia. Okay. So I just want to make sure because I was like, whoa, this is so cool. So it's all about this change in this fire. And see, do you see this? This is the perfect. This is the reflection. Here we see, if you look very closely, you can see the yellows, the purples, right? And it's almost like you see the purple first and then the yellow. And here is the opposite. You see the same shades of color, but it's a change in the vibration and the frequency. And this is what's coming forward this week. This is what's coming forward on how we can step up and see ourselves in a different light. Melissa says, at 16, I learned to love myself for who I was, no matter who didn't. Beautiful. Enough that by 17, I was able to break free of a toxic relationship. High five. That's the reflection that you're meant to see. I have goosebumps for you, Melissa. Thank you for your perspective, because it's that perspective that shows where you've come. And you're meant to understand that because you're still stepping in. As you step up, you step through. As you go up, you upgrade. As you shed, as you emerge, right? You climb and you shed. And this process takes energy and it takes time and it takes mastery. And certainly you can get lost when you get stuck in your head or when there's too much lower vibrations coming at us, okay? The reflections do change, yes. Okay? Beautiful message. Thank you for that. Oh, what a beautiful story we have here for you guys. Now, we've got the crystal coming forward. Okay, this is all about the vibration that we're shooting for. Okay, this is the vibration that is calling to us to climb up to so that we can pull in what we're desiring, what we're pulling in, okay, what we're manifesting. Here it is. Take this in. Wow. The oneness. All the different ways we view ourselves are just perception of different parts of the same one. And this is Aoite. And you know, this came out last week. If you came on last week when I did a sub for somebody and we were channeling from summer solstice to winter solstice. This was the number one crystal. This was the number one. And it's such a beautiful crystal. And what is it all about? Aoite. I had to learn how to say it. So again, it's all about getting yourself in that one, the 16, the 6-6, that grace. Whenever I think of 6 and 6 and sixes, you've been seeing sixes, and even Trish mentioned the sixes. This is about your ninth chakra. Okay, this is all about your ninth chakra, and it's that a new cycle has begun, and each of us is here to help the earth transition into the new dimension, and it's bringing back a memory. Okay, it's reminding you of your footprint, your thumbprint, your snowflake, and that each is made individual within the one. This is coming up for you. So watch for this. This will also be another meditation that I will do. I think I'm going to do it. It's in here. It's coming up later. I'm not led to do it yet, but it will be here in June and July to attune to this crystal and meditation to really find the oneness here and to plug into the new earth. To grow as you climb up, to grow into the one. You're getting all the different ways, right? This is the lessons that you've been taking. And that, I love that this came forward. Okay? And it's almost like there's this shape shifting. I'm feeling this so much in so many levels, and it's coming forward for you as we get, you know, the buzz. Who's in the buzz with you? How are we getting the buzz? How are we staying plugged in? And what was I just about to say? Oh my gosh, I just lost it. I just lost it. It's just so funny. It'll come back. It's meant to. It'll come back. Okay, here we go. So who's coming forward? Here's 15, 16. Okay, again, 2 readings in a row. The element of steps. We got the 654 before. It's all about steps. And this one in particular is talking about the wolf. This is talking about your community. This is talking about calling out, checking on others, allowing yourself to receive, being part of the pack, right? Being part of the pack, allowing yourself to be led, allowing the cycles of life to lead you, right? Allowing the cycles of life to lead you. Because they're there. They're all here with purpose. Wow. So just beautiful. You guys had a really beautiful reading. Definitely feeling that this digging deep is going down, and what it's doing is it's affecting that crown. It's affecting how you own that throne. Going down and digging for the gold. You're really, truly digging for what? What's climbing up is you. You. In your authenticity, in who you are meant to be. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You are on track, those of you. Give yourself grace. Give yourself, you know, patience. That was for you guys, the hickory. Now we're going to move into the hawthorn. Now the hawthorn was very interesting enough. It was the big puffy tree. So I love how this oracle came forward for you guys. The ancestors are here for those of you that chose the hawthorn. And the hawthorn, channeled words for the hawthorn are deep red, think, explode, surefire, prickly, and cactus. These are the channeled words for the hawthorn tree. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to roll your dice. I'm going to shuffle your energies into the deck. We're going to do one more. And I love when you guys share your thought processes, your inspirations, as the cicada is all about what does the hum and the buzz, what does it do for you? How does that feel for you? Where does it connect? How do we close the space in between and connect the dots, right, is what we're doing here. So we're moving to the third one. It's all about the hawthorn tree, the hawthorn. And we've got the wildwood. We've got these elements of winter. We've got this element of the ancestors. We've got this element of rebirth. Let's roll the die and find out. 4, 14, 41. Okay, so definitely those of you that are here are feeling a shift. But I'm already getting, is this shift for you? So from the 14, is this shift for you, or is this a shift in the structure for others? And that's why the ancestors are coming forward. So let's find out. Okay, let's find out. We just did 2 shuffles. Let's do one more. I heard when I saw this, and it's funny because I didn't even see it fully, but I heard make your mark. It's crafting out of experiences that have been passed down from you, though. So this is actually, we saw, well, I'm like, it feels deep, and we're getting deep red. We're going deep down into the roots here for for those of you that chose this. Yay for the ancestors. Yeah, they're coming up twice. So here they are. Okay, I saw this card while I was shuffling. Okay, this is going to blow my mind. Okay, so this is the continuation of the story. All right, so where you pick up from the collective story is there's been a battle, and the battle has been within. But what's interesting and what I'm getting here is the battle is not yours. It's all about the perception. So those of you that are fighting on the behalf of the ancestors, sometimes it's easy to get lost into the smoke, to let the smoke get in your eyes, to box yourself, to shadow box yourself, when these are not necessarily your items for you. It's more about for the ancestors. You're the one making that mark. So interesting. Just when you're getting a footing, And so that's a real interesting perspective there, okay? Just when you're getting the footing. But what's interesting is you're coming to understand, and this is something that's been, I think, been revealed to you in the last cycle. This is the shift. There's an understanding that this is something that is not you. And in fact, you were led to this reading just so that you would know and confirm that this is ancestrally related, okay? And even though it's related to the healing as a whole, this particular part is not yours to hold, okay? Okay, and there's the shift in the vibration is there. When you understand the structure, you can get into the cycle. You can go through the flow of the healing better, rather than when you feel like the victim. So this is like a victim-victor flip, right? Wow. Do you see this? This is the green man, and he's been waiting for you to step into your power. He's been waiting for you. And he's saying to you, why are you spending time boxing things that are not meant for you? See through the haze and come through the bush. Come through the brush. I'm over here. I'm going to lead you to your throne. It's right here. It's like these are delusions, okay? And I don't mean to say this in a bad way, like you're delusional, but the energy moves so fast as of late, especially those who are working with the ancestors. There's this sense of being dragged, right? This is the footing. I'm getting the footing. And it's like, but no, I'm boxing with myself. So look through here. Come with me. I've got just the space for you. This is all about discernment. This is all about you choosing a new path instead of the one that goes against you. This is the new structure. I literally was saying, this is the new structure. And look at the tree. Wow. I got to take a look. The 10 of stones. How can you get that explosion? What were we getting? Deep red, explode, surefire, prickly. And I'm just feeling this like explosion of the rocks. This is what's meant for you. This is where you're going. This is where the cycle ends up. Don't get stuck here. There are shortcuts leading you to exactly where this is. And this is balance, and this is creation. This is allowing you to co-create from the structure, to take the fluff. The fluff is what I was getting. Take the fluff and create. To create something out of that becomes fixed for your home. I didn't even notice that was home on there. So this is all about your home. Your teepee. This is the seat of the power that you're meant to take back. This is the structure. This is where you can make your safe haven, to step into that green dress, your authenticity, what's meant for you in the stars. Be able to pull down and grab those nuggets. Pull the stars down and grab this pearl necklace, the pearls of wisdom. Wow. Wow. To go to the beat of your own drum. And these are bones, but I was seeing pearls. I wasn't sure which one was mine, but this one is definitely it. Yeah. And look at, we're blindfolded here. So as we're going through the structure, and that's why you were led here. That's why you were led here, is because, I'm sorry, the glasses, see, it's all about how we see ourselves. And that's what I'm getting here. It's like we're getting lost in the shadow box because we can't see, but we feel it. We feel it. And it's like the green man is saying, I'm right here. I'm here for you. This is the 9 of bows. This is about respect. This is about the work that you've done. This is the flip of the script that's coming for you, right? This is the 14 to the 41. And what's so interesting is they were just telling me, yeah, the green man and this, do you see this? This is 14. This is the vibration. Look over here. Let go of those fears and those obstacles, those things that you think that are not meant for you. It's okay to lose your footing because that puts you right on the path of where you're meant to be. Wow. And of course, as I'm looking at these cards and how I laid them, underneath the 2 of stones, I have the 10 of stones. Underneath the 2, from 2 to 1. From 2 to 1. What I mean by that is, let go of the choices. Let go of that thing that you think that you have to have your foot on. This is the part of the surrender. This is the part of the climb. This is the part of the shedding. You've got to shed this to go from the 2 to the 1. And then what's really interesting here is we've got these 2, and this is that 14, the vibration, the 14. Wow, this is so cool. Okay, so those are your messages that came through from the ancestors. Let's see what vibration we're going for. Let's see the vibration. Corolla says, it's funny watching you while the girl is messing with your hair. Can you feel her? She's playing, thinks it's fun. Oh, really? Got a funny little guide messing with my hair. Yeah, she thinks it's hilarious. I can see that. Okay. Thank you, Corolla. These are guides. These are guides. You're meant to bring that. These are guides. Respect. This is a guide waiting to show you to your throne, to your TP. And this is coming up. Here we go. Number 53. This is the 8, the missing 8. Remember we went from the 2 to the 10? And it was funny because I didn't share with you, but I heard 8. What's the difference? And this is the difference right here. This is the frequency. It's all about the black tourmaline. Now, what's really interesting, and I have my cards right here, is the black tourmaline is all, again, is about the vibration and the frequency. Okay, what I mean by that is, right away, you may be thinking protection, okay? Protection. But how much do I talk about flipping the script and about the vibration going from protection, which means that I am threatened, to the higher vibration, the increase, the climb up, which is preservation. And I am preserving my energy so that I can keep my energy abundant. Okay? And so black tourmaline is from the earth, and it cleanses and expands your aura. It's an expansion to your aura. It balances and restores personal space. It allows you to feel strong, recharged, confident as energy is intact. It allows you to renew, to be centered. It allows preservation, restoration, and removal of energies that are not of the highest quality of light. It is an expansion in the shadow work to stop the shadow boxing and to step into that authentic power, not doubting. It doesn't matter what you see. It's what you're creating. It's not about what you see. It's about your imagination. It's about your vibe. It's about your buzz. Wow. Beautiful message from the black tourmaline. And who is coming in to help you with this buzz, to keep you plugged in, to give you these downloads, this insight? Well, it's the butterfly. It's the butterfly. It's the healing from this message. It's the healing. It's the 8-9. The healing from understanding this expansion. This expansion as we go from the 2 to the 1 within. Knowing that we are so much part of the all. Stepping into that power. Allowing the change. So it's like what I'm seeing here is we're still in this chrysalis. Okay? We haven't fully expanded, and it's coming. It's coming. If you climb up, if you allow yourself to expand going up, to shed that of what was, to surrender, to grow those wings. Wow. I'm feeling a little bit of heat here. I'm feeling just a little bit of heat here. And that's that solar plexus. That's that anxiety, right? That's that energy that was being burned. That's what I'm feeling. This is an energy burn that is not serving you. See the difference? Which vibration do you want? It's your choice. Wow. Beautiful message. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you to the crystals. Thank you to the animals. All right, let's go ahead and move forward to our last one. Wow, I love that. Okay, so the last one, we also have the ancestors coming forward. And this was the ash tree. And again, I'm feeling very synchronistic. If you're just getting here, if you haven't watched, there's a collective message at the beginning, which is really beautiful. We're telling the continuation. We're sharing our story, right? We've got the ancestors coming here. We've got the 4 directions, the elements, the Australian cards, the house of the solar plexus. Do you see how the solar plexus has been involved in every single story? But it's all about the perception and where you are on the compass. Okay, and so we've just been providing some extra tips to help you out in the continuation of your story. So the ash tree, what's really interesting, the reason I said this is synchronistic is because these are my Australian cards. These are all Australian animals, okay? And the reason I said this is synchronistic is because when I had the ash, we're meant to look, and I didn't have a chance, but when were the fires in Australia? When was the ash? When did that happen? And I think it's been 5 or 6 years. So this is really relevant to those of you specifically who chose this particular tree. Is the ash tree has been diseased. It has been taken advantage of. It has been consumed by so many different predators. However, it is still here and is coming back with a fierceness, is what I'm being told to share with you. And so the ancestors want to come forward and share the continuation of your story. So let's go ahead and shuffle you in here. Channeled messages for those of you that chose this. Yeah, it's like from the ash we have growth. The number 99, facilitate. And then this phrase came forward specifically. Nervous vision outside your comfort zone. Stretch, multiply. And so this is actually second time I've seen this card, so I'm going to give it to you. This is like ancient. This is one of a kind information that you're integrating with. This is coming up. This is wisdom. It's been coming from the depths. And it's rising to meet you. No need to go down. We're climbing. We're not going down right now. We're not getting stuck in the emotions, right? And that's what's interesting about the platypus, is it can decide. He can't stay all the way down. He's got to come up. And he's so unique, as those are, you are those that chose this one. And there's definitely a connection between one of the other piles for this one. I was feeling it for sure. Okay, I was definitely feeling it. So those of you that chose this may have chose actually pile number 1 as well. Okay, so could this be a continuation? Let's find out. We've got the 4, so we've got 14 again. Really interesting. We had 14 on the last pile from the ancestors, but this is a different story. So you see how it's all about our perception and our perspective within the dial, okay? So this is a different story. So let's find out what it's all about. Yeah, I pretty much just heard right away for you guys that this is a turning of upside down. This is the epitome of flipping the script, okay? Do you see how the energy comes in and it like makes this swap and then turns everything around? This is what's coming forward for those of you that chose this pile. 99, and then it was like interesting because I was feeling the lull to go to 100, okay? And 100 is like where you're parts of the all. So that's really, really interesting that I just wanted to share that. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to take 4 cards from the bottom. What is the story from the bottom? It's definitely a cycle about you guys. It's definitely time is what I'm hearing. What I'm feeling is like those of you, this is a rising from the ashes. This is not just like you yourself. This is your whole ancestral line. Wow. This is your ancestral line. So it's very possible that those of you that are attached to this, also you saw pile number 1, you saw another pile for yourselves, and this is about your ancestral line. This is all about justice. This is all about the law, making what it's what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling is making things right, putting them as they should be, knowing that there's no wrong way to begin with. What are we getting? It's a conundrum is what I'm hearing. It's like this is a mind meld. This is why we're not going in the air. This is why we're staying out of here. This is why we're not going down into the emotions. It's not meant to be figured out. Corolla says the fires were sooner than that. Wasn't it last year? I'm not sure, but something around that time, this is related, okay? This is related. So the crow can go in between worlds. And so it's like, how is that reflection of when those fires were? Something's there for you to go back and reflect. We're getting the reflection again. We're getting the direction, okay, is what I'm getting. Go look in your compass. Take a journey is what I'm hearing. Take a journey to that time period. Maybe look at some of the posts, some of the pictures on your social media to remind you there's something here, and it's all about getting it in balance, okay? And right away, I was about to say, right away, it's all about observing, okay? So what is here for you is to understand that there is something within you. There's something deep within you, as this is a very unique message. And when I'm saying that, I don't mean to like select you, but this is unique in that it's an understanding that things cannot be changed. It's an understanding of the perception, though, understanding the cause and the effect, and how you could see that down the line, how that could change things. And it's like when you understand the map, when you see the X marks the spot, you know how to get there. Okay, so this is all about observing and waiting, getting in the buzz of things, paying attention to the sounds around you. Okay, and here allowing your angels to guide you, allowing yourself to know that you need assistance, that your perception is potentially skewed. And here we've got that integration again. And I love this feeling that I'm getting here. Do you see this change in vibration from the one to this card? Okay. And it's like we're getting, this is all about the equalizing, but this is the expansion. The expansion. This is the duplicity from 2 wings to 4 wings, from 2 to 4. Staying centered, keeping our balance. Knowing that there is illusions around us, okay? Because what's interesting is we were talking about seeing things in the true light. And that's what I'm getting here. It's like you don't understand as a dragonfly, you don't understand the true light until you jump up into the light and you see the iridescent wings, you see the colors, you see what happens when the light comes through. And it's like this is more about waiting for the divine timing. And it's like keeping yourself centered, keeping yourself in balance, taking the steps. Taking the steps. Oh, from the bottom. Taking the steps. Okay? Because we've got the 14, right? We started with the 14 and how we flip that, the structure. And so this is interesting because every time I see the horse, especially in this deck, it's about the structure. It's about the vibration of the horse, not just by itself, but the surroundings around the horse. What I mean by that is, what is the vibration of this horse, you, when you are fenced in, versus what is the vibration of this horse, you, when you are unlimited? When you are running free across the plains, what is that freedom? What is that abundance? What does that elicit? Okay? And that's the structure of the 4. But knowing when it's time to go, understanding the direction, understanding where we're going first, understanding the purpose, the cause and the effect. And if you move without purpose, if you move without that inspiration, how you can run in circles, and it doesn't matter if there's a fence or not, you're caged by not seeing the vision, right? By not seeing where you can go. And it's all about taking the steps. And this is the thing. You don't have to have the expansion all at once. It can happen in steps. It can happen in steps. Wow. That personal power coming up. And that vibration to the cockatoo. So here we have, very interesting, okay. So here we have the first card and the last card, both a 10, made in a different fashion, made in a different way, fueled by this change in the structure, and how you see yourself and where that puts you and how you pay that forward. And this is how we balance that. We pass off from that observation. We pass off from those shadows, right? From that finishing. What is here? What's the justification? What is It's like the justice. And that gets thrown off, and there's an expansion, and it's in this crown. It's an expansion in how we see ourselves. It's a complete flip of the script. Notice going in the same direction, but the perception and how we look at it and how we collect that information is different. Meaning, we have to follow the steps in order to get our perception in line, okay? Understanding that when you feel it, when you're co-creating, this is the true expansion. This is the true illumination. As we get the pass off of the torch, literally the torch from the black cockatoo to the white cockatoo, that there's a switch from the 2 to the 4. And it's just like as you step forward and not even sure, as you just observe and allow yourself to be guided to expand, right? To expand, and you just take those steps forward, knowing how your actions, how you see them, and this is the cause, this is the ripple, what you put out there and what comes from that has so much. It can affect so many. Wow. Just beautiful. And look at this. Look at this. Just the symbols. Just the symbols. Do you see this? How you feel divided. How that energy makes you feel divided here. Do you see it's the same 10? This is the vibration of the 10. The 2 and the 8 is a vibration of the 10, which is the same as the 1 and the 0. But the vibration may be the same, but it's the frequency that comes in and what that leads to. So getting yourself in one, allowing your spirit to guide you in all directions rather than feeling stuck. Rather than having just this balance, which in fact might feel something, but it really kind of weighs you down and limits you. So this is the flip. Do you see it? Limited, unlimited. Wow. Just beautiful, actually. Just beautiful. Okay. So the 14 to the 41, 1441, 144, 1, 44, master number. This is what's different here. Is there's a mastery. There's a mastery to how we perceive the perception. Okay? And so that's what's really interesting that I'm feeling with this. Those of you that chose this is about your feelings and your perception. Knowing that perception, what did we say at the beginning? Channeled message. Perception is everything. What's the buzz? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? Are you in the buzz? Do you see the vibration? Okay, so let's get the energy we're shooting for you guys. This is a really cool reading. Corolla says I'm still in that time period. Yeah, and you know what? It's okay. There's no judgment, right? That's the beautiful thing. And some of these are just confirmations, letting you know what's around the corner. Letting you know what's around the corner. And time is, as I'm looking at the dragonfly, it says illusion. Time is the illusion, right? Okay. So I cut there. So this is the energy. Wow. This is the energy. And it's interesting because if you take the 6 and add the 0, the energy is about allowing spirit to see the illusions, to really allow your angels to guide you. Okay? Knowing that you're protected. Knowing celestial quartz. Okay? Knowing that you're protected. Do you see this protection around celestial quartz? Let's look it up. I'm not really familiar with this one. But I can feel that protection all the way around. Can't you feel it? I can really feel it. Okay? allowing your guides to guide you, allowing yourself to be guided. Celestial, allowing yourself to know that it's more than just, yeah, I was just like, okay, there's a couple pages here. So this is your crown, your crown and your 8th and 9th chakra that's being affected. And it's an element of the star. Wow. At first sight, celestial quartz mandala is pure snowy white surface, looks simple, but the bellies of the depth of imagery can be revealed to those who look more closely. Gazing upon the whiteness reaches into touches of violet as well as tiny touches of gold. So we're digging for gold here as well. Which is really interesting. We're going down deep. Remember, this one is we're coming from the ashes. We're flipping from 99 to 100, right? Making up the outer part of the circle. Okay. And then I just want to say, hold on just a moment because there's a lot. There's more to this mandala than first meets the eye. So let's see. I don't want to read it all, but there's an electrical. When we place our hand, we experience a gentle electrical shock. This is that illumination, that brightness, that spark, okay? And that spirit coming in to do that. Being on the wings, okay? So beautiful. And those hints of gold, the alchemy from being able to, it's just awesome. So I'll find more. I don't want to read it because it's a lot there, okay? But I felt like we shared what was meant to come up. Celestial quartz, knowing that you're part of something bigger and understanding that actually how is quartz created. You know, there's an explosion across the galaxies, and that deposits in tiny little fragments how long ago to grow into the quartz, to grow into these crystals. And that's what this coming and talking about. It's like sometimes we cannot comprehend the alchemy that's in front of us. So who is our friend? Who is guiding us through this? How are we getting the buzz? The horse. The horse. Now this is a 35 and this is the 20. You put them together and you've got a 55. You've got the twin, you've got the shape, you've got the same thing. It's all about perspective. It's all about how you look at it. Whether you're going left or you're going right, whether you see your shadows and then the enlightenment, or the enlightenment and then the shadows, it's all part of the same process. It's all part of the same thing, right? As we build up and we go up from the master, from the 1 to the 44 to the 55, as we go up, the messages and the vibrations and the frequencies, as subtle as they are, they matter. They matter. And that's the buzz. It's all about getting yourself in that vibration. Okay? That's what I'm hearing here for you guys. And there's definitely something in the eye. And I'm feeling like this storm. In the eye of the storm. Stay centered. Stay vigilant, stay there until you're ready to move, because it's like you're protected there in the eye, okay? So allow that freedom, to shift, listen, keep yourself in the buzz is what the horse is saying. And your obstacles, right? The crown, it's like, it's all about what you perceive, okay? It's all about working the steps. It's all about having the faith. It's all about how you see yourself. That's the alchemy. When you go down deep, we were saying it, what do you find? You. Beautiful you. Okay. Great messages. Thank you. Beautiful messages from the cicada. Beautiful wisdom. Hope it resonated. Thank you for joining me. Those love to hear your thoughts, share your people. I'm going to choose some timestamps. I'll timestamp. And remember the beautiful channeled messages at the beginning. Curla says, yep, the eye makes sense. Keep seeing it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The same eye. Yeah. I love that. There's something there. You know? Wow. Just beautiful. Well, thank you for joining me, my friends. We will see you all soon. And yes, you're so welcome. Have a great night, y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.